I am Taquila Coleman. In today's video, we're going to talk about the prodigal woman's judgment. So last night, during our God-ordained Q&A session, I answered a question, and it was about the prodigal woman or the prodigal wife judgment, right? And the question, was basically the husband had concerns about, once the marriage, if the marriage was to end in divorce, how the wife would get everything, like financially wise, right? And so, the concern was, well, if God takes everything away from the prodigal during judgment, you know, um, how is that going to affect her if she's being given, things like alimony, the 401k, how will her judgment come about if this marriage ended divorce and she reap all of these benefits, right? And so I want to expand on this conversation because I answered that question yesterday, last night in our Q&A session, but I want to expand on it in this video just to bring more awareness, okay? Because I used to be a prodigal, okay? I used to be a prodigal back in 2017 going over to 2018, right? And the way how the Lord got my attention was by allowing sickness to hit my body, okay? And so when it was like one day I just woke up to find out that I'm having several heart attacks, right? As I'm sitting in the hospital and the doctor's telling me, Tequila, you just had several heart attacks, and they trying to figure out what's wrong with me. you know, what caused me to repent was the fact that my mind immediately went to who's going to take care of my children, because I already knew, okay, if something was to happen to me, the fathers are not around to take care of the children. So they can't go to the fathers, right? I already knew I can't depend on my family. So my mind was consumed with who's going to take care of my children. It's not fair if I'm no longer here and the children, they just left to whoever, right? And so that was enough for me to repent. That was enough for me to humble myself and say, God, okay, God, I will do your will, because I knew what he wanted me to do. I just didn't want to do it, right? But that was enough, okay? It was my children, all right? And so when we talk about the prodigal woman's judgment, it's not always money. For some women, it might be money, if that's where she's getting her identity from, then God is going to touch her money. But for other women, it can be her career. Maybe, this woman, this prodigal wife or daughter or woman, if she has her identity in her career, in her title, then God will touch that and take that title away from her. And that might, because when the title is gone, who are you? So that might cause her to feel, insignificant, go through all different types of changes, but again, God can touch, when we talk about the prodigal woman, he would touch their career and take their career away. We as women, we are emotional. We, desire affection. Affection, when it's given to the woman, is communicated as love. So it's filling up our love tank. But here's the thing, God can touch that as well. God can now, because there's curses for disobedience. So if this woman is just so disobedient to the Lord, now she could come up under the curse of rejection, where now she's being rejected everywhere she goes. Her own family is rejecting her. All of the men that she like and have an interest in, they don't want a relationship with her. You see what I'm saying? And so now she's bankrupt, right? Now, she's feeling unloved. She's feeling unwanted. She's feeling like she don't belong. She's feeling like, no one like me, right? And that can be enough to cause her to get on her knees and repent and humble herself before the Lord, okay? So it's not always money. It can be other things that God is touching in this woman's life. Again, it can be her children, okay? It can be her health. It can be God taking away, the things she value. It can be her home. She's losing her home. It can be she's losing. Now let me say this, because you know how some women have favoritism in with their children, right? It can be even that, right? The Lord, and I don't even want to say the Lord, something can happen to that favorite child of hers who she has now made into an idol, right? And so again, because the Bible commands us not to do that, right? We're not supposed to make our children out to be idols, okay? And so again, you never know what to do to repent, okay? So I just wanted to bring this to the conversation so that you begin to understand it's more than money, okay? That will cause this prodigal wife, woman, daughter to repent. And God know exactly what it is He needs to touch in her life to humble her. Okay. So with that, I am Taquila Coleman. I'll talk to you real soon. Take care.